between these two. Habib with the red gloves, Jordan Laruccia with the blue wraps, and again, big rig in the corner for Jordan Laruccia. And very good trainer, big rig, and again, Ruben Sanchez, very busy night for that young man. I say that young man being very nice because I saw his how he treats his fighter in the corner, very stern. Look at that, interesting entrance there by Habib, very hungry. Both guys want this badly. Furious start by both guys. Habib swinging wildly.
Yeah, well, I was interested to watch as they were standing facing each other for the introductions, and I don't think Habib took his eyes off Jordan at all. He looks angry. He looks like he's here to fight.
Yeah, look, an interesting stance. Again, he does have that. Laruccia has that height and reach advantage, but again, Habib comes in shape. Scheduled 4 3-minute rounds. Nice punch there by Habib. Looks like he's got a little bit of power behind him, a little bit of feistiness. Yeah, we like that.
Absolutely, and he's on pro debut, so it's going to be interesting to see if Jordan can use the experience he's had. Obviously, he hasn't fought.
Oh, nice uppercut by Jordan, just as you say that, Paul.
Because Jordan's had a frustrating start. Obviously, like a lot of fighters with the stop-start nature of COVID and missing some fights, but it's going to be interesting if he can use the experience and his distance.
Both guys landed. This is where the cardio pops in with, even though it's early in the round, Habib has started very fast in his debut. So
absolutely, and that's where it's going to be interesting to see, can he maintain this?
That's the question.
Yeah. And that's where...
I saw him take a big deep breath. That's the reason why I added that in.
Yeah. And you can see that, I can hear the big rig yelling out just the simple, just the basic jabs and the 1-2s. And that's what he needs to do, just use some experience to get through this opening part of the fight.
That's a nice punch there by Habib.
Jordan took it well.
He did take it very well, but again, more impressive with a punch, and Habib follows up. So he's landed some nice punches here in the first round. Still midway point here. Nice jab there by Habib. So he's come up. Oh, another nice overhand right. So Laruccia's taken a few punches here early.
Yeah, and he's just really got to get behind his jab because he shouldn't be allowing Habib to come in and land that overhand right for free. He just shouldn't be letting him, with the height and reach advantage that he's got, he shouldn't be allowing that to happen. See, that's better. Use it. See how he's just used that jab there effectively, Brett, and it keeps Habib away.
Well said, Paul. And again, he let Laruccia fire back. As said, both guys had their moments. Said big rig, telling Jordan to get that jab out there. So again, that's always the key. Establish the jab. And where I learned that from, Angelo Hyder.
The best.
Danny Green would actually back me up on that one for sure.
Yep. One of the best jabs in boxing did Danny Green have.
And that's his key when he got his victory over Mundine in Adelaide.
Absolutely.
So, final moments of our opening round. It's been a very good round. What a great card. Great matchups, Tony Tolsh.
Yeah. And for a guy, Habib's come into his pro debut against a guy that's had 2 victories, 2-0, and he's not overawed at all. He brought the fight. That round could go either way.
Yes, and both guys had their moment. I was impressed with a few of those punches that Habib landed. So,
yeah, I think he may steal that round.
Yeah, I think that's quite possible. And again, but I could also see mount an argument why a judge would score it the other way as well. So again, very close. The girls out the front, Sarah and the Sandy Chung, and Melissa. It's not Melissa, it's Melissa.
Now you can see this fight, Brett. There's a much difference in the corner. Jordan looks very relaxed, very calm.
Look how much Habib is blowing.
And that's what I mean. Everyone knows it's how to walk to the ring. The first fight, you get through the first round, you get to the corner, and you sort of.
It's an adrenaline dump. You can be the best cardio. Guys are trained and have cardio for days in the gym. When you get in the real thing, you have an adrenaline dump and it affects your performance after the early rounds.
And this is where I would expect that the longer the fight goes, the more it favours Jordan.
I agree.
If he uses his experience that he's got, because he's got, look at that, the triple jab and the jab to the body is what lands, and that's what's keeping him safe, and that's what will win him the fight. He's just got to use his experience and what he's got. Big Rig giving him the instruction in the corner. And look at how much calmer he is at the start of this round, Brett.
And you can tell early on this round that Jordan Laruccia senses that his opponent might be a little bit tired. And it's a pressure of 2. But again, do not count Habib out because he does have power behind him. And he lands one of those overhand rights that he threw in the first round, could change the course of the fight. So he's definitely still in this one. But what we're seeing so far, the fresher fighter at the moment is Jordan Laruccia. And
you can see this is where Jordan's asking some different questions of Habib at the moment. And at the moment, Habib hasn't got the answers to those questions. You can see him at the moment.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Nice jab there by Laruccia. But again, Habib's still dangerous.
Absolutely. He's got some power on him.
Oh, uppercut there by Laruccia. Overhand right, follows through. Having a good round so far as Laruccia. We sensed it early, and it's so far heading in that direction.
And you can see now.
Habib taking a massive deep breath.
Yep. Some of those body shots are starting to do their work.
Oh, another uppercut. That uppercut's working nicely in round 2 for Laruccia.
And that's where it, again, in the start of the round when Habib was coming in, he's putting his head down and obviously just swinging for the fences. But now Jordan's used his experience and he can see where that head is, and that's why he's popping that uppercut just short, straight up the middle.
Look at that body shot down to the body now. So he's mixing up very nicely here in round 2. And that was a nice punch there by Habib, but he needs more of that if he wants to get back into this round. Just over a minute left in round number 2, scheduled for 4. Allen Pond Cup on the line. Some great winners of the Cup in the past. Now, again, they want it badly.
Yeah, both boys are cutting the fight again. Both boys in great shape, middleweights.
Another uppercut again. He's having a great round. Over looping left hook throw, but again, you can see that the swelling on the left side of Habib is starting to show.
Yeah.
And again, I like the jab. Look at that. This great head movement as well by Laruccia. He's feeling really comfortable. Look at the footwork.
Yeah.
Jab.
See, that's what...
Everything's coming together for him.
Yeah. That's a nice uppercut. It's just, and you can see Habib.
Oh, down! Overhand right, and Habib goes down.
He feels like it's a flash knockdown. He seems like he's okay. But let's see what
he'll survive the round. It's too close to the end of the round, I believe, for him to get a finish. And that is the end of the second round, but come at a perfect time. But again, beautiful overhand right. And I've asked you a few times during the night with your experience, Paul Morrison, what will Ruben the Cuban Sanchez be barking in the ears of Habib right now?
Again, I think Ruben, based on what we saw in the first round and we saw in the second round, Ruben to be instructed his fighter, he's got to get close. He's got to break that distance down. He's got to smother Jordan's punches, and he's got to try to land the punches coming over the top. And if I was in the big rig's corner, I'd be saying, don't let that happen. He doesn't come in for free. Every time he steps into your range, you make him pay a price. He wants to throw something, he's got to pay a price. And that's what Jordan was doing very well at the start of that round and throughout that round. And we saw Habib at the moment, he didn't have the answers to those questions. His game, he's tough, it's his pro debut. Let's see what answers he's got coming up to his third round.
He needs one of those game-changing punches, but again, Habib looks very tired, and Laruccia looks very fresh, and we sense that it might be all she wrote in third round if we predict right.
There's a nice body shot by Jordan. It sits off the jab, but you can see he's come to fight.
Look at that. Swinging wildly is Habib, so you've got to admire the courage. He's trying to get back into this one, but again, Laruccia is boxing beautiful in this one, but again, just takes one punch, and I think he hurt him again there with that uppercut.
And you can see the difference between the two fighters with their punches is that Jordan is throwing most of his punches after the jab, which is what's allowing him to have the success, whereas Habib's throwing the punch before throwing a jab, and that's why they're missing, because he's not finding his range or his distance, he's just swinging wildly.
See, Dave Young from Artistic Cabinet Designs basically told me to look out for this kid, Laruccia. And I said, I know all about him already, but I was looking forward to seeing him fight tonight, and this is the reason why. Youngie was right.
Yeah.
Look at that, right? Look at that. Just good work again. The uppercuts are doing the damage. He's going to the body. He's going up top. And I don't know what Habib has got left.
Yeah, well, this is where, as I said, answering the questions and have you got different game plans and what can you adapt to as a fighter. And obviously Habib's certainly got his hands full in his pro debut now. Because as you can see, we saw in the first round, Brett, that Habib was able to just come forward at will. And have a look at how that's changed now. Jordan's just walking him down.
Oh, look at that punch. That, again, great punch by Habib. And again, if that landed a little bit could have been in trouble for Laruccia again. It takes one punch.
Yeah, well, he certainly woke him up because he took some steps back and he's not as coming forward as he was just a second as I said it. So he's certainly still got his power.
And again, the follow-up is not there because Habib is sort of very tired.
Yeah. And I think, as you said, Jordan's wary of his power, so he's definitely still got some.
Oh, look at that. Again, nice counter there by Habib. So a couple of nice punches by him in this round, but again, it's still the work of Jordan Laruccia that's shining through with another uppercut that landed against a very tired Habib.
Yeah.
Nice left there by Habib. He's looking for that overhand right and lands a couple. So good work by him. Laruccia's still got to be careful because Habib's still dangerous and has some power.
He's just got to get his cut.
Does it again.
Jordan's cut.
He's calling him on, Laruccia.
Yeah.
Again, he doesn't want to play with fire. Play a dangerous game when you do that. Oh, nice punch there by Habib as he stumbles as he lands that punch, but that's more tiredness, fatigue.
Yeah. He's game, I'll tell you what. Habib's game.
Very brave.
Yeah.
Very brave.
And so's Jordan. Jordan's taking the fight to him. He's happy to take the fight to him.
You know what? They realise the Allen Pond Cup is on the line, so they're not going to hand it over easy. There you go. So we thought that it might be ended in the third round and a comeback of sorts by Habib. But again, still Laruccia, still throwing great punches towards the third round. And that is the end of the third round. Great round by both fighters. But again, you know that Jordan Laruccia had the best of the both fighters. But again, at least Habib showed a lot of heart and landed some good punches in that round, Paul.
I'll tell you what, it's again another shout out to Tony Toll to match this fight up. What a matchup you're seeing. I mean, the viewers at home, how can you not be entertained? How can they not be entertained? Both boys are giving it all they've got. You've got Habib here. Look at him.
We said it at the start of the night. We told you.
Yeah. He looks exhausted in the corner. He looked like this at the start of the last round, but he's coming to fight.
He's still
it's
there.
We know that with Ruben. We've spoken about it with Ruben's fighters. They come in physical shape, ready to fight, and we know the same from the Big Rig Gym. You can see at the moment he's fixing up the small cut that Jordan's got, and Benny Cruz is in the corner. That's just invaluable lessons. It's going to be, once again, can Habib shut him down and land those over-the-top punches? Can Jordan go back to boxing and keeping his distance?
Allen Pond Cup on the line. This is the fourth and final round. Bill Seth makes him touch gloves. A lot of respect shown. Nice overhand right to start the round for Laruccia. Jab, jab.
Yeah. And that's where it's at. Again, he started with his distance, using the jabs.
This is what he did in the second round. Yeah. That was impressive, and it really got the fight back on his terms. So he's looking to establish that back in because he played with a bit of danger, with confidence in that third round. He still won the round, but it was.
Yeah, he's landed some good shots.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
Habib's hurt. But you can see that Jordan's still a bit cautious because he knows that Habib's still got power. He felt it during that last round when he still was going forward and he copped a couple of shots. But he's got time in this last round. And what he's got that's very important in this fight is he's got that knockdown up his sleeve.
Something you do need in this sport is a lot of heart, and Habib has that.
Both boys.
Yeah. Again, Laruccia definitely has the skills and is putting them on display tonight here on a great stage. That is Dragonfire Boxing's Thunderdome. This is Thunderdome 38. Overhand right by Habib, but a tied one.
Yeah. The power's not there for Habib at the moment because...
Still coming up.
Yeah.
But uppercut again.
He might be saving himself for one last hurrah, Habib.
Well, I think he's going to go for the stoppage here in this final minute and a half of this fight. It's been a great fight. It's been a great performance so far by Laruccia. And a lot of heart by Habib.
So this is where the fight was.
Body.
Yeah. But that's where Habib's got to try to get him and then get those punches coming over the top. He worked his way in there with a nice jab, but there's that right hand.
Overhand left. Nice body shot there by Habib. He's still looking for that shot, so he's still got to punch his chance. Just over a minute left in this fourth round. The crowd loving it here in Perth Metro City. We are back, and we're very happy about it.
You can see he's gritting his teeth hard as Habib. He's showing great heart because he's exhausted at the moment. Pro debut, huge crowd, tough opponent, taking some punishment, given some punishment.
And again, After that knockdown at the end of round 2, we thought that Habib might be in trouble, but again, how much heart this kid's shown. He wasn't going to let Laruccia have it easy, and he hasn't.
Ready to see both boys go for it here.
Yeah, this is going to be a good final stanza. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Final 10 seconds.
So this is Jordan boxing much smarter.
Yeah, he's fought a smart fight and boxed beautifully, and I'm really impressed with the heart of Habib after he got knocked down in second. I think he knows that, yeah, magnificent.
I think that's a really good win for Jordan. I think it will go to him, obviously.
Has to.
But Habib just showed so much heart, took so much punishment. Jordan took the punishment as well. It was a great fight, and it's worthy of the Alan Pond Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, again, that's why a great matchmaker, Tony Tolles, put this fight together like this, because we've had some great Alan Pond Cup fights so far, and this is no different.
Absolutely.
All right, let's have fighters to the center of the ring, please. This was bout 5, ladies and gentlemen. 4 rounds in the middleweight division. Now we turn to the judges for their decision, ladies and gentlemen. It is unanimous. Your winner, the blue corner, Jordan Laruccia. Yes, big round of applause to Habib. Thank you, Bill Seth. Now put it down. It is a heavy thing, but first of all, congratulations on your victory tonight, Jordan. Again, Alan Pond Cup. What does this trophy mean to you to win this? Because again, it was a magnificent fight, and you had a tough opponent in there tonight.
Honestly, I'm so privileged to be able to fight for the Alan Pond Cup. May he rest in peace. He's a legend in WA and in boxing all round, and I'm extremely honoured to have the opportunity and let alone win it. And coming up against such a great opponent in Habib, I don't think Alan would want it in any other way, and I wouldn't want it any other way either. So everyone give a round of applause to Alan, and yeah, thank you very much.
Very well said, Jordan. On to the fight. He came out very hard in the first round. He hit hard in that first round. Did he cause you any bother in that opening stanza?
Yeah, to be completely honest, he caught me out with a few good overhands, and I was like, oh, I'm in trouble here. But we went back to the corner. I got to thank Big Rig, Benny Cruz, and Jay Gray as well in my corner. They're the best. They told me how to deal with the situation as it is, and I couldn't have done it without them. So
we thought he might have won the first round, maybe. I thought it was very close, but from round 2 onwards, especially round 2, you boxed beautifully, uppercuts to the body, and you dropped him in the second round. We thought you might have been able to finish in the third round, but he showed a lot of heart about tough he was. Were you surprised we weren't able to finish him in the 3rd or 4th round?
Yeah, definitely. He's a really tough opponent. Probably the toughest and one of the better ones that I've fought out of my 3 fights. So yeah, definitely. Hats off to him. He did really well, and maybe a rematch. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future.
Well, just a final one again. You boxed beautifully tonight, especially from round 2 onwards. So, what is next for John Laruccia? Because again, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight again, and hopefully at Thunderdome.
Yeah, look, it's completely up to Tony. He does an amazing job here. It's up to him. Whatever he has next, except for me, I'll show up and I'll be ready to fight.
Well done once again. It was a pleasure to call